Hey y'all. Hi. Hi from Southern California. It's been a minute, y'all. I'm sorry I've been kind of MIA. I am working. I am getting products out ASAP. We had we had some changes in staff. I just wanted to answer some questions about starting your lip gloss line. I get a lot of questions about packaging and stuff like that. So labels and everything. So I just wanted to come on here. So if anyone had any questions, you can ask your questions. Just kind of letting you know. Thank you. This is one of the last two nudes that I just made. I think this one is called Chocolate Mousse. It is available on the website. Thank you. And I have this one on with no liner or anything. This is just it's been the one I've been kind of reaching for the most, honestly, out of all my lip glosses. But okay. Thank you. Let's talk, and y'all have any questions on starting a lip gloss business? What are some of the pros and cons? How can I help? So basically, we are still doing our pigments. We are still, white gold is still in rotation. It will always be there. White diamonds, all of your favorite pigments. So what we're doing right now is we're going to bring to you like some daily deals with some new glitters. So we dropped 4 yesterday. Yes, girl, the website is up and running. I used to make them, but you want to start? Okay, so I was actually trying to see. So I was going to do a virtual class on how to make a lip gloss, or I'm actually going to do like a digital download that it shows you step by step. I've had to I definitely need to message you, Pretty Soldier. It's been just kind of hectic on my end, but I had just a full transparent moment when you're going through growing changes in your business, right? So I've transitioned to trying to do more wholesale. So with trying to do more wholesale, thank you so much for understanding. It's been some different learning curves. It's been just things that I need to get better on. I definitely I'm always, take responsibility for my shortcomings. A lot of my shortcomings was just trying to keep things, what I'm used to. I have to get out of my mind for, okay, well, I'm going to get this type of tube. I'm going to get this, and I'm getting what I like. And I ended up ordering all these lip gloss tubes, and it really wasn't what everyone wanted. So just trying to start the process. Thank you. It's called Chocolate Mousse, and it's on our website. And I realized that in the current state that we're in, a lot of people are having a hard time. A lot of people are struggling. I look at my peers, and I'm saying peers, I mean peers in the makeup industry. Peers that were in here long before I was. And when the pandemic happened, everybody was, we are definitely getting a holiday sale, ma'am. When I tell you I am bringing the heat for y'all this Black Friday, but Cyber Monday, just a little between me and y'all, Cyber Monday, is going to be the one you need to look out for. But if it's something you really want, like our primer, because it sells out every time. Yes, ma'am. Okay, you can help me. Give me 1 second. I'm going to let you know. Our primer sells out every time. Grab that. I'm just starting out. Okay, I started out just buying makeup for myself and eyeshadow. I love it, and I'm going through you guys for my lip line. Thank you. So I'm gonna kind of let you know how we got to that point. So during the pandemic, this fly is driving me. During the pandemic, I think a lot of businesses did outstanding numbers. Like, a lot of businesses made more sales than they've ever seen before. And when you make those sales like you never saw before, I think you get, okay, I'm gonna speak for me. You get to the point where you're like, okay, I hire more staff. I did this. It's a lot of mistakes that I made looking back on. Thank you. Grab some pigments. Girl, we got 4 new glitters. That's $3. Y'all, we have 4 glitters that are new. One of them is actually a color shifting. It's $3. So y'all go grab, because I'll have a different one, some different ones today. So during the pandemic, it was just like, okay, thank you. Sales were where it needed to be. I hired more people. At one point, I think I had a full staff of 5. Well, what I should have done was taken the time to like make sure I'm optimizing my staff. Yeah, go grab it. So I didn't optimize the staff that I had. I was doing stuff like, we have a $3 sale on our 4 new glitters. It's on there right now, and I will be taking them off later. I'm going to add 4 more, but those are super pretty, so go grab those. So y'all grab them and come back. So, yes, you remember when Shirley Beats did the class with me? Girl, I've been trying. Thank y'all so much. It just makes me feel so good, because when I tell you, like, I have been beating myself up, and I had to like remind myself of like so many people that have like been along the journey and like been watching the growth with us. And what's behind me? Pigments, glitter, nail polish. We've everything we have. If you wanted to start a business for your kids, we have kids lip gloss, we have kids nail polish, and that's really what's been taken off, is people starting, businesses, making little boss babies. But if you're starting a business, I can tell you some of the things, and I'm actually would like for y'all to please follow me and subscribe and like. We do have the body scrub to our YouTube channel, because I am going to get into YouTube. I'm going to be, I'm going to be like kind of sharing my story, my ups and my downs, but like to just give y'all like a brief, overview of what it'll be about. It was a lot of mistakes that I made in business. Like, if I could do some things over, one of the biggest things I would have done would probably be not to hire family. I'm gonna just stop that right there. I'm gonna just say it's some things that if I could do different, I would have had someone in between me and my team, because you have to know your strengths and your weaknesses. For me, when you hire people that you just genuinely love, I'm going to do the class again the first weekend in December. Yes, I'm going to be really honest. Like, when you hire people that you genuinely love, for me, it was very hard for me to say, hey, this is your shortcoming. Hey, I need you to work harder. That is not a strong point for me. I'm good at coming up with ideas, making the products. I'm good with marketing. I'm good with this. But like managing people was not my strong point. And I did a horrible job at it. And it was times where I should have like utilized my team. I would do stuff like, okay, when the orders are done, y'all can go home and still pay everybody for the day. And again, I did that during the pandemic because sales were really good. And I always wanted it to be a situation where it's like, I wanted where people were working to be a place where I would want to work. I was never going to micromanage anything like that. And I had some beautiful team members. I know y'all have seen them on there. I love them. They still work with me. But some of the mistakes that I made is just like, I did not do a good job as a business owner managing people, especially because, hey sis, yes, I'm back. I just had to kind of give y'all an update. Make sure y'all please follow me on YouTube, because I'm going to be kind of like, thank you. I'm going to be, putting my hand in vlogging. I'm going to show y'all a lot of behind the scenes, just show y'all some growth. I'm just going over my ups and downs. If I could give anybody some advice that's starting a business, I would say when you do as much as you can by yourself. When I tell you do as much as you can by yourself, do as much as you can by yourself. And what I'm saying is like, but before you bring someone on, make sure it's not anything else that you could be doing better. It's not anything else that you could be doing more. Yes, do what you can by yourself. Get in there. Just a brief history on how I got started. I actually started with the body butters because my son, you watch, because I'm going to be dropping all the jewels on there. My son he's 19 now at U of H. Y'all see I'm representing. Okay, hold on. I'm going to get it. He had extremely bad, he had extremely bad eczema, really bad, to the point where it was in his arms, behind his knees. We went to the doctor. They gave him steroids that blew him up 50 pounds, as a little kid. Yes, ma'am. Okay, you can help me. Can you count those lip glosses? Okay. Thank you. And I just saw my little baby just get so big. So I just was you know what? In here. And I have my little one over here. Y'all know she's always, I'm going to help you. So I started making his body butters. I started making his deodorant. I started making his stuff. And then it led to I started making my own, the colorful one. I started making my own lip gloss. And in me using the raw pigments, yes, you can count those. And me she's a princess. Yes, girl, I got you. We got the eczema on lock. So in me using the products on him and it clearing up for him, I started making for other family members, for my nieces, for my cousins and stuff like that. But I realized that being a chocolate girl, one of the things that bothered me the most is when I went into different stores. And at the time, everybody wanted to wear colorful eyeshadow and everything just looked so chalky on me. And I'm one of those people that's trying to well, what is it? So then when I realized that if you look on any of your eyeshadow palettes, they'll have an ingredient called talc. Everyone knows what talc is, right? Talc is also the same ingredient that Johnson & Johnson, got in trouble for with the baby powder because it's harmful to your body. But talc is white. So but talc is also a binding agent. It's when they ship you your eyeshadow palettes, they use talc to bind it so that it won't crack when they ship to you. And truth be told, they use talc to stretch. Because if I give you pure pigment, or I can take this pigment and mix it up with talc, stretch it out, press it in the eyeshadow, and sell it to you for, a $50 eyeshadow. Whereas when I started to make my own products, okay, can you play with this? Yeah. When I started to make my own products, I realized that, hey, when I'm using the raw pigments and the raw color, I will. Follow me on YouTube. I'll be on there. When I started using the raw color, it just looked like I wanted it to look on my skin. So I was like, okay, I don't want to press it. So then this is what I did. Okay, so let me try to press these raw pigments, right? I'm trying to press them. It's cracking. It's breaking. I was like, I'm not even going to try to press it. I'm going to just go with the loose pigments. And because it's a little bit messy, but there have to be other chocolate girls out there that are having the same struggle. There has to be someone else out there that's tired of your makeup looking chalky. So when I first started like looking up other makeup artists, like who can I send this to? Give me some feedback. I tell everyone the first 2 makeup artists ever to not ignore me because I had 100 followers. Like, hey, can I send you some products? Can you try them? Can you give me some feedback? What you like, what you don't like? They looked at my little 100 followers at the time. I was like, girl, I don't have time for you. And then I sent them to, I'm sure if you are anywhere in the makeup bridal industry, you know MUATTTia and Style Channel. And I think those 2 will always hold so dear to my heart because they didn't know me from Adam. They was like, sure, send it to me. At the time, Style Channel, I think, was on TV doing Duchess makeup and went viral because everybody was talking about how beautiful she looked. And they didn't hesitate. And not only did they say, sure, send it to me, they gave me feedback. Like, Tia was like, sis, this is bomb. Like, this pigmentation is amazing. She said, but let me give you some feedback. At the time, I had white labels. She said, I'm a makeup artist, and I'm doing a lot of brown girls. I have makeup on my hand. If I pick up your product and I have makeup on my hand, now it looks like my product is dirty. Check. Send some to Style Channel. He was like, I love it. Let's look at some different packaging. Yes, like, I don't think anyone knows, like, I feel like he is like family to me, and we've never met, which is crazy. We need to meet. And they literally let me pick their brains. They let me ask them questions. This fly is what. If they had a concern, or if I got on their nerves, they let me question. They let me pick them. Yes. I was on the struggle bus because I'm not a makeup artist, but I like makeup. And I realized that I wanted my makeup to look like other people's makeup, but I was not finding the makeup that looked good on my skin tone. So I looked for people who knew. Give me some feedback. Like, you're a makeup artist. Can you help me, please? And a lot of people was like, no, you're not a big brand. I don't know who you are. I don't want you to send me your stuff. But they didn't do that to me. And when I say for months, they let me send them everything I came up with. Every lip gloss, every eyeshadow. They used it. They tagged me. They never say, pay me. They literally held my hand through the process of, hey, this is something that makeup artists are looking for. Can you make this? And if you know anything about me, I'm a big ingredients girl. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to figure it out. We used to have the beat bondage, right? There's a lady who was actually a seamstress in my neighborhood. Her daughter is the dermatologist that's on Dr. Oz. So when she was making them for me, at the time, her mom was a seamstress putting her through dermatology school. When she finished, thank you. She was like, okay, let's look at your products. Let's look at your skincare stuff. So when I came up with like our turmeric bars, let me show you. This is like our turmeric and kojic acid bars. She was the one that's like, okay, let's measure this out. Like, I literally was like, okay, what do we need to do? I'm always wanting to learn, right? So this is what cleared my skin up, this turmeric and kojic acid bar. And because I knew the results of chemicals, because I saw what happened to my son, I was really, really big on, I didn't want stuff with, anything in there. Yes, I would like, thank you so much, because I realized, like, I don't care how many followers you have, right? Like, tell me how you like the product. Thank you. But those 2 makeup artists, which Tia and Style Channel, literally held my hand. They probably wanted to block me 100 times, but they held my hand. And then and I'm really not the type that's going to get on here and try to get emotional, so I'm trying to keep it together. So I remember one time, I want to say maybe last year or year before, Tia said, I remember when you were first starting out. I remember you were just trying to find your way. And she said, now I have brides asking for white gold. I have brides asking for white diamonds. She said, everybody knows, J. LaRue Cosmetics. If not, they know white gold. They know white diamonds. And she just literally just, told me how proud she was of me. And it was one of, I guess, the most heartfelt, I was like, why are they going on there and start crying? Thank you. And y'all know anything. Anytime I go live, I got my girl Pretty Soldier and Ava. They have every product. They have every piece of packaging. They have from how I started, how I evolved. But during 2020, I was like, you know what? I have never made this much sales in my life. I'm going to revamp. I'm going to do this website. I was just not listening to my CPA. He was like, you know what? You too payroll heavy. That's fine. That's my people. I love them. I'm going to pay them. It was just bad business decisions on me, right? I did not plan for it to not stay here. I was not planning for the decline. And when I didn't plan for the decline, and once people started going to work, and once, those stimulus checks stopped coming in, people weren't at home just shopping, because a lot of people getting stimulus checks and getting still paid from work. People was online shopping. And then I started to see a lot of other makeup companies like, we're going out of business. We got to shut down. We're closing our shop. Our warehouse is closed. I'm going to tell you what has been my saving grace. My saving grace is that I make my own products. Because when COVID happened and all the ports were shut down from China, that's when you saw those businesses start to say, hey, I got to shut down. You can't get your products. So when you can't get your products, you're just like, okay, these people now they love it, right? I done sold these amazing lip glosses, lipsticks, eyeshadows, palettes, but now I can't get my stuff from China. So now when you can't get your stuff from China, you got to close your doors, because what are you going to do? So I watched my peers close their doors, and the moves they made during COVID, they couldn't make those moves anymore. They had to readjust. They had to pivot, right? You had to pivot. So when that happened, what kept J. LaRue afloat was the fact that I make my products. What changed for me is because I do get my empty pigment jars from China. I was ordering them 50,000 at a time. So when I can't get it, I'm like, okay, now what? You done did this full photo shoot. And I don't know if any of y'all remember when I did the Vault photo shoot, and I had Kevin Young come and do my makeup. I had all these makeup art. I had a big, huge relaunch, right? And I had this new packaging. I was relaunching this new packaging. I spent a lot of money on that packaging. And then I couldn't get it. And so now my whole website and my whole brand, everything is built around this packaging that I now can't get. So, okay, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to feel sorry for myself for a little while. Okay, I'm not the type of person that's going to sit in it. Okay, if you feel sorry for yourself, suck it up. But you're going to close down the doors? No. So guess what? I went on Amazon. I said, I'm going to order some package from Amazon, and I'm going to just keep going. It's not as pretty. It holds the same amount of product. And you have to pivot. You got to figure it out. I tell any of my friends, I'm going to sit with you and soak for a little while. After that, I got to pivot. So I am self-taught. But I've also taken classes on different formulations. I think you might have I've also worked with a dermatologist who I still work with. She's actually the dermatologist on Dr. Oz. Her mom is the lady who used to sew our beat bonnets. It just happened how God works, that she was putting her daughter through dermatology school when she was making our beat bonnets, and talking to her, looking at formulations, what mix, looking at preservatives, stuff like that. It was just like she was so happy that I was able to give her mom business that she just poured into me. Eye primer too. I'm going to have to come back out with that. So, that's what happened. I started making my products. So though my packaging may have looked different, my products was the same. So I was able to sustain when a lot of people weren't, because I knew how to make my products. And that's one of the things that when I was like, you know what, there are a lot of people that need products and they don't know how to make it. So when sales started to go from here and they're starting to decline, what can I do? Right? What can I do? What I can do is make products. Same way I made it for me, I can make it for you. So when I said, well, I'm going to start doing wholesale. Yes, ma'am.
Can I help you?
Okay, can you hold this one for me?
Yeah.
Okay. And I wanted to do wholesale, and I had to make some hard decisions with, hey, hi, Kai. I had to make some hard decisions with staffing, which I should have done. So when you have a CPA, anybody who did not know and just thinks like I've always been in beauty, I actually have an accounting degree and a business degree. I ended up in cosmetology, but that's not my background. When a CPA is telling you you're too payroll heavy and you don't listen, hold on, okay, you're going to feel it. I had my CPA say, hey, you're too payroll heavy. You need to make some adjustments, right? I didn't do it, didn't listen, kept on doing what I wanted to do, kept on paying people a lot to put glitter in a tube. And then what happens when the sales start to decrease? And now you got 5 people here and you don't have 5 people worth of sales coming in. You got to make some hard decisions. And that it did not come easy for me making those decisions. It came so hard for me that I put myself in a financial bind, because now I've made these smart moves. I'm making decisions. I have my savings. I'm going into my savings to make sure these people are paid, an not exorbitant amount, but I wasn't paying them if there was a job description going somewhere else. They were getting, but I had to make a decision. Okay, I got to cut back, right? So when I cut back on staff, I still have some of the staff that come in part-time to help. So saying that to say, I'm going to give y'all a full in-depth detail. That's why I'm saying y'all follow me on YouTube. Let me open it. Follow me on YouTube, because I am going to just kind of go into details, just share some more of the behind the scenes with everyone. But what I ended up doing was okay, I have to pivot, right? I have to make some different decisions. What I should have done was get a part-time person in the beginning and have that part-time person that, I get the most out of those hours. Then made that person full-time. Utilize that whole full-time person till okay, there's no more work I can get out of them in an 8-hour day. Then bring in another part-time person. So if I could offer you any advice, grow smart. Prepare for when the sales aren't what you want it to be. Don't make bills when you're here, because you may not always be here, but guess what? That bill is going to still be there. So when you're here and you're doing good, buy what you need to buy outright. Don't make a monthly bill for yourself and then sales are not what they're, and you got to, so I've had a lot of ups and downs in the business, and I have usually dealt with it okay, let me just get in my, cubby. I'll figure this out, which I always figure it out. But I think a lot of me in my figuring it out phase, I failed to communicate with my supporters of what was going on. In my mind, okay, let me just get the orders out, because that's what they want, right? They want the orders. They don't want to know what I have going on. And I took for granted, I should have just talked. I should have just communicated what was going on. I should have shown that, hey, I've made some adjustments. And when I didn't do that, my customer service lagged. I wasn't meeting expectations. People are used to getting their orders from me super quick. That wasn't happening. And I don't do well with not performing up to par. So I just beat myself up. And I didn't say what was going on. I was just okay, I just got to fix it. In my mind, let me just fix it. if I just fix it, then I can get back on track instead of taking the time to be like, let me just stop. Because these people have supported me from when I started, when the pigments, let me tell y'all how the pigments started. When I started sending them out, and I told y'all about Tia. Tia would say, hey, send them to this makeup artist, send them to this makeup artist, send them to this one, send them to that one. What do you think about starting a brand without a face? I'm gonna get back to that one because I my mind has changed on what it used to be. But when I started sending them to this makeup artist, and for everyone who did not know, white gold was like a mistake. And let me tell you how. I was trying to press it. And again, it wasn't shipping well because I was one of them. I refused to put talc. Still don't put any talc in there. And when they got it, it was cracking. And so I had a few makeup artists say, hey, it cracked, but it looks so pretty when it cracked. I just used it on my client. And I remember me and my husband and my kids were in the car going to Disney World. And all of a sudden, I started getting sales. And at the time, this was 2015. 2015. We took the kids to Disney World that summer. And it was 2016. I don't remember. And I had been in business at that point for 3 years. Mainly doing the body butter, some lip gloss, but like the pigments were just starting to get out there. So I was getting the messages like, hey, love the product, but it cracked during shipping. I was like, you know what? I'm going to just send it as a loose pigment. I'm not even going to try to press this anymore. And when they started putting on their client and it gave it that sparkly, diamond, airy look, yes. And then one of those looks went viral. Then another one went viral. So all of a sudden, one of them now has like 10 million views. People were seeing it and sales were increasing. And I'm just like, what in the world? Like, what happened? Like, again, we're traveling. We're taking the kids to Disney World. We're on a family trip. And then I got back and I was just like, the whole trip, my mind is just like, I gotta get back home. Because people want the product. Let me get back home. Let me make it work. So what ended up happening was I got back home. I got to work. I was in my garage. Hey, I was in my garage. Now, mind you, this is summer. In 100 and some degrees. I would drop my daughter off at school. I would go buy like a plastic tablecloth and one of them little 6-foot folding chairs. I'd be out there with a tank top, some little shorts on. It was hot. And I was working. And I was, filling the pigments. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to come out with another color. I'm going to send it to these same people that got, stuff going. And it just went viral. And it grew really quick. And then it went from my garage to my kids' homework desk. And then at one point, when I tell you, some of the mistakes, I sent it to a fulfillment company. Oh, I was grinding. I was in that garage. I dropped my daughter off at school, came back, got some coffee, got breakfast, maybe. I was in there covered in pigment from head to toe. I would get out the car. I would put a sheet over my car so I didn't get pigment all over my car seat. I would go pick my daughter up from school, come back. I was back in that garage, take a shower, fix dinner for my husband and kids. I'm back out there until it's time to take a shower and go to bed. I was grinding. I did that for a full year. It went from 100 degrees to freezing cold. I was out there with 2 hoodies on, 2 pair of gloves, jogging pants in that garage by myself. And then my teenage son, the one who's in college, he would come out there. At the time he was in middle school, and he'd help. And he would help pack the orders. And I tried to find different ways of organizing and everything. Family would not support. Family is not going to be your support system. Like, don't you waste your time. Your strangers will be your support system, not family. And they don't mean anything by it, but that's not your support system. But I'm going to answer your other question. So I was in my garage literally for a full year with a 6-foot table. And I was doing it by myself. And then I went from my garage to, at one point, I said, I'm going to find a fulfillment company. That's where you make the mistake. If it's working, and if it's just you, and it's working, don't rock the boat. I started rocking the boat. I'm like, you know what? I can focus more on content and making new products. I'm going to find a fulfillment company. I'm going to ship them all my inventory. And I'm going to have them pack it up and ship it to people. Did that for a few months. Let me tell you what happens. When you find a fulfillment company, people start to count your pockets. People agree to, this is what I'm going to charge you per order, right? Then they started to be like, oh, if she pay me this per order, this is how much she's making. She can afford to pay me more. So then it was always, okay, well, now you have a, insurance is going up to store your product. Well, now the rates are going up. And, you have so much sales, you can afford it. So when people start to count your pockets, you got to be very, very leery of those kind of people. I'll go tell your sister to get my charger. She just came home. Be very leery of them. Because when things are not going good for them, it doesn't matter what the agreement was, they'll come up with something. And then you have no choice but to work with them because they have all of your inventory. What are you going to do? Right? I did sign a contract with a fulfillment company, but they would come up with some other fee. Well, now this is the fee. Well, now we got to pay for this. Well, now, it was always something. And do you spend the time getting an attorney, doing this, doing that, when they have all your inventory? So then what ended up happening was I said, okay, can you just ship me everything back? Like, I was doing this. I should have stuck with what worked. They shipped everything back to me, and then came the outrageous, well, we got to double package it. Shipping was $200-$300 a box. And I'm talking about they had 50,000 pieces of products. So, and you have no choice but to pay it because you need your inventory back. And that was a big, expensive mistake for me. And I had to learn, keep it in-house. And so during COVID, I was like, okay, I need a warehouse. I've outgrown. Glad I didn't have it. Like, God takes care of me. Because I couldn't find a warehouse. If I did, it was outrageous. Then COVID happened. If I had had that warehouse, I wouldn't have been able to operate because they were not letting you operate out of a commercial building. So what I ended up doing was, let me go rent a house, right? I ended up renting an empty 3-bedroom home. And we operated and filled orders out of that house. Ended up being cheaper than getting a warehouse. And that's how we were able to work when everyone else said, hey, businesses can't work because it's COVID. It's because I was operating in a residential area. And that's what, got me through the time where some businesses were like, hey, we can't open. They put a, stay-at-home order in and stuff like that. Well, I was in a residential, so I was able to still operate. So then it came to like, okay, that didn't work. And again, I'll just say, thank you. I'll just say it was still a part of like, hey, when you hire family, there are some issues that come with that. That was one of those things that, hey, okay, well, go put it on the other charger. That was one of those issues with having that, rental property, was that having that rental property was that, you're now hiring family, and they're like, okay, well, what happens when, I'm not gonna go into to details with that one, again, because I was working with family. That didn't work out. So I ended up just,
Can I help you?
yeah, go tell your sister to come here. You can help me. So what I ended up doing at the time was just getting a contractor to come, and we actually built on this area you see now in our yard. So it's like, I've made some very expensive mistakes. And I know now that when J. LaRue gets back here, because it will, I have all the faith in the world. If I get to the point where I have multiple employees, I'm going to make sure there is a person between me and them. I feel for people too much. I don't know how to say, hey, you're late for work. Hey, this is that. I will hire people I have no personal connection to. I will make sure, hey, you have your strengths and your weaknesses. We did get a new website. The link is in our bio. And we have some products that are $3, some brand new glitters. So y'all go run and grab it because I'm going to be taking them down today. And this fly is killing me. So I would definitely do some things different. So, and again, y'all follow my YouTube because I'm going to be going into detail. My daughter has left the door open and this fly has come in. So, let me answer the question. Someone said, do you think it's important to be... Okay, for a long time, nobody knew the face behind J. LaRue, right? Nobody knew it. Can you plug it back up now? Yeah. And that worked, right? I didn't realize it until I posted an anniversary picture. Oh my God. And someone said, oh my God, I posted an anniversary picture, me and my husband. And someone said, oh my God, I did not even know this business was Black owned. And it hit me that I was never really put the face out there. I also did the makeup show. I did it here in New York where we were vendors at the makeup show. And I'm so behind the scenes, shipping orders out. I don't have interaction with people, right? So when I did the makeup show, I am very, don't like to be in the spotlight. I am very, I'm uncomfortable sometimes with compliments. I am very low key. I don't want any kind of fame. That's uncomfortable for me. So when people were coming in, it was like, oh my God, I love J. LaRue. And they were running. I was so appreciative, but it caught me so off guard because I did not realize the impact. I did not realize how many people knew. And which is crazy because you're packing orders, right? You've sent out thousands of orders. So people know who you are, but if you're sending them out, you're shipping them, you never have to have interaction with them. And then when they do, you see people were coming up, can we take a picture? And of course there were people who didn't know who we are, but they were just looking like, who is that? Why are they running over there? Why are they who does she think she is? And so I actually started telling people, my friend Kelly, who was there helping me, so I started telling people she was the owner because thank you so much. I was uncomfortable with the attention. There are some people that like it, thrive in it, stuff like that. For me...
Can you help you?
Okay, I'll let you help me in a second. Can you go call Jaya? Mm-hmm. For me, that was uncomfortable.
I can close the door.
Okay, you can close the door. Thank you, because this fly is driving me crazy. And that was uncomfortable for me. That was uncomfortable, and it was also a shock. Because I'm like, oh my God, people really, know who I am. They know my brand. And it made me feel good. But again, I am very comfortable behind the scenes. So I'm going to say this. When people were buying and you don't have a face to it, you end up, the good part about it is people are buying because they like your product. That's it. They are returning to you because you have a bomb product, right? Hold on. Jaya, can you get your sister and can you put those clothes up? Okay, go ahead. Go get Jaya. I'm going to let you help me. I'm coming. I'm almost done. And the one in the basket in the room. Yeah, I'm still a mama. Okay, go ahead. Okay, I'm gonna call you when I'm ready, and you can make your lip gloss. So hey, it's always mompreneur over here. So when you are not the face of it and your product sells for itself because your product is good, that's great. But what happens in the negative side of that is that pros and cons. I've seen people who they become the brand first, right? They create the community first, right? And when they create the community, people are buying not because the product is good. They're buying because they're in support of that person, which is good, right? Because that means anything you put out there, people are going to buy because they love you personally. But the downfall of that is that I've seen those people make a political statement, not stand on a political statement, say something that they agree with or don't agree with, that's in the news, say something maybe it's disparagingly against someone's, religion or against someone's preference, and they will cancel you. Why? Because they don't care about your product. They were in support of you personally. So, with that being said, I realized that as I was growing and there was no face to my brand, yes, when you get too personal, it gets too messy. People, were recording their families and their kids and stuff like that. And for me, as nice and sweet as I am, I will fight in real life, like for real. So I don't want nobody making a comment or giving opinion about anything I'm doing behind the scenes with my children. People get really comfortable on this app. People say stuff on this app that they would not say in person. And when they do that, you have to understand that you can't tell those people mind their business because you've put them in your business. So I had to check myself. Like, I used to watch other brands like, damn, why can't I do that? Why can't I roll like that? Maybe I need to record my whole life. And I had to be real with what you can take and what you can't take. What I cannot take is anyone on the app because they've gotten so comfortable telling me, oh, I don't think you should parent like that. I don't think you should do this. I don't think you should do that. I can't handle that. And you have to know what you can handle. I personally cannot handle that. I do not want anyone to speak on anything I'm doing with my children, with my family, with my husband. If for that, that's sacred and personal for me. So I had to find a balance. So I had to come to terms that because I'm not the face of my brand, at some point I hit here, right? And I couldn't figure out how to get here. I'm just doing this. I'm hitting the ceiling. And I had to have a harsh reality is because I did not have a community. I had people that loved the product, but what I found myself doing was putting out a different color every week. I'm not sure if any one of y'all know, I had 92 different pigments at one time. I had 90. That was outrageous. That made no sense. But because there was no community, I had to keep people engaged. I had to keep it fresh. Something new had to be coming out. I had 92 different. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? At one point, I had 92 different pigments, and I'd reduce it. But I realized even with 92 different pigments, I was keeping people engaged, but it was still only 20 of them that was selling. But I had to do I had 92 different colors. That made absolutely no sense. So it made no sense storage-wise. It made no sense financially because guess what? When I come out with a color, I'm like, now those jars, I'm having to take the inventory and fill this new product when it might be selling 20 a week. And then you got white gold that's selling 1,000 a week or 2,000 a week. And why in the world am I buying packaging for something that's selling 10 a week? Y'all follow me? So I had to you know what? The reason why I've hit the ceiling, because people I cannot continue to come out with a new product, every day, every other day. And a lot of that also is because I'm a creative. And when I felt creative, the passion fruit color, yes, grab it, girl, it's $3. When I want to create, I'll be like, oh, if I mix this color and a little bit of this color, this pigment is bomb. And I had the liberty of, okay, well, guess what? Because I make it all myself, because I built my own website, because I can just, 5 minutes, it's available, buy it, which is great. Because now I can literally make 10 of them and see if people like it because I make it myself. There is so much flexibility in making your own product that, let's just say you want to start a lip gloss line with me, right? If you go on AliExpress, any of those papers, you're going to have to buy 100 pieces for it to get, maybe. Most of them are like 500 pieces for it to be cost effective. When you log on there, they'll tell you, oh, it's 25 cents. It's $1. But shipping is $600. You see what I'm saying? And it's going to take you 4 months to get. Where I was like, other people are dealing with this struggle. And in business, you have to fix a problem. So I had something that I can use to pivot my business and also help other people, is that I can make a product. I can make skincare. I can make this. Yes, when you make everything in-house, guess what? You can order 25 lip glosses from me and spend less than $150. And you get 5 or 6 different colors. Well, guess what? You take them 5 or 6 different colors, see what sells. Okay, of these 5 colors, 1 and 3 sold, but 2, 4, and 5 didn't. I'm not ordering that anymore. If you order that from China and those 2 colors sell and the rest of them don't, it's sitting there. So now you are trying to recoup your money. You end up selling it for less than what you paid for because you need to just get rid of it. Where if you order, okay, there's a problem. People don't want to order a whole bunch of pieces. People don't want to sit on inventory. People don't know what their customers like yet. How can I fix it? That's when I started doing wholesale. I'm the manufacturer. I am literally in here making the product. Let me show you. Let me move this. Let me just kind of give y'all some insight. This is literally the kids' neon lip gloss in here that I've made and put in here. And yes, I use the condiment jar because, look, I have been in this game for a long time. Y'all can go on YouTube and let them people tell y'all to fill your lip gloss tubes with a syringe. You will lose more product. You see what I'm saying? That's what works. And guess what? They're 95 cents. And when you're finished with that color, you dispose of it, and it keeps everything hygienic. It keeps everything clean and sanitary. So I'm literally in here making everything. I literally have a lab right here where everything gets mixed. I have here where everything gets filled. I have an office space over here where I'm printing out the orders. And that is how I've been able to sustain and also help other businesses. So I'm transparent in the things I need to fix, the things I need to do different, the things I need to grow on. But when I realized that I need to, I had so much to offer as far as just letting people know me personally. Yes, I started wholesale. We have nail polish also. Let me show y'all the kids' nail polish, y'all. It's super cute. We have some different tubes to put them in also. So this is one of the kids' nail polish. This is one of the tubes. So did I confuse the customers? Let me show y'all. This is one. They are so cute. I just got to keep my children out of them. This is one of the kids' nail polish. And they're fun colors. They're super cute. Here's another tube. I didn't confuse the customers, but what you're going to get, and I had to learn how to adjust, is someone coming and being like, I had one color. I don't know if y'all remember, I had a color called Sea Breeze. Sea Breeze did not sell at all, right? Soon as I got rid of it, I have 2 people saying, what happened to Sea Breeze? You know what I did? Put it right back on the website. Like, you know, you have to learn that you're not going to have a color for everybody. Everyone's going to have a different favorite for you. So even in that, I realized that I can put a wholesale order out. I'm not offering wholesale, but I'm gonna tell y'all what people are buying. Products and businesses for their kids. And I get it. I have my kids in here. Let's count the inventory. Let's keep track of the orders. Let's do this because my husband, he's an engineer. He works. I will never say anything disparagingly about a 9-to-5. Because when business was not doing well for me, or when business was trying to get up off the ground, it was his 9-to-5 that kept us afloat until we got to where we need to be. And I pray that one day that I get to the point with J. LaRue that I can retire him, because through the growth process, through the years where we were making no sales, through the times where I was just trying to figure it out, he went to work every day, and that same 9-to-5 was still like encouraging and investing in my dream. So I would like to one day be like, baby, you don't have to go. Like, I got it. You know what I mean? So I am putting that into the universe. I am saying it. That's my goal. My goal is to be like, go whatever you want to do. He's really, really good at doing stocks. He wants to do that full time. I want to be able to do that. Maybe I can have a campaign roll off every color before you drop it. Build anticipation. That's one of the things that I didn't do, that I shouldn't did. Yes, he does very well. He works in engineering, oil and gas. So he does well. And because he did well, he was able to help invest until I was able to, sustain. So what's wrong? Okay, can you wait till mommy finish? I'm coming. Okay, but can you go put your phone on the charger? Okay. But that has been, a lot of my journey. I have I'm still pivoting. I'm still transitioning. I still need to I'm still putting practices in place. I'm going to be more present, but I have to be present in a way that's comfortable for me. Like, sometimes y'all know I always put my babies on here where they're doing their lip gloss or doing their stuff like that, and I will do that because the lip gloss part of it for kids is really, really good. But at some point, I want to share personally what I have going on business wise, not necessarily, opening the doors to my home and, but stuff like that. Like my husband and I have been together, going on, over 20 years now. So I see I don't know, it is my girl Beats by Deb in here. I love Beats by Deb. And I see her making her content now with her husband. And I just want to tell her so bad, girl, let that be your team. Like, let that be your team, right? Like, you're so amazing. People look up to you. You're artist and everything that you do. I think that there is a lot of good in doing collabs. There's also a lot of bad. And I say that to say, yes, ma'am.
I want to help you.
Okay, you can help me. I say that to say, here, you want to stir this one for me? Go get your spoon here. I say that to say, I have done some collabs that have been amazing. And it's in there. Look in there. And I have done some collabs I wish I could take back. But you'll find sometimes that people, I was watching, okay, I'm gonna help you find one. I always watch, I have some people who, I'll tell you who inspires me business-wise. One of the people that inspire me is, and I don't know any of these people personally, I watch Courtney Adelaide, who did The Main Choice. And she inspires me because we started, yes, girl, keep your husband close to you, because, you know, this app is something. She started her kitchen like me. She started her kitchen like me, and then it grew to a $100 million business. And when she says that over time, like, she's realized that, certain collaborations she's done with people, that people will attach themselves to you because of your blessing that they're trying to get attached to. They will do that. And because they want to see what they can get or how you can help them. And for me, I will help you. You don't have to try to attach yourself to me in any kind of way. I will help. But, again, y'all please follow my YouTube. I have to get, how many views I gotta get? I think I gotta get like 3,000 viewed hours. I'm very new to YouTube. So I am going to put some time and energy on there. But, yes, we're going to sell more glitters. We actually have 4 new glitters that we dropped yesterday that are on sale for $3. Nye, the MUA. So go grab those because I'm going to take them down soon and then post another 3 colors tomorrow. And y'all be ready for Black Friday, because if y'all had some favorites that probably went away, they will be making an appearance on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. But, I didn't came on here and, just wanted to touch base with y'all. I realized, that has been some of the things I need to do better at. I see my girl, Shasta Chantel Makeup. I need to come to New Orleans. I will be there. I'm hoping my husband want to go to Zulu Ball so I can come and sit in your chair. But, hey, I hope my husband, I keep trying to talk him into going to Zulu Ball so I can come get in your chair and get my makeup done. But, yeah, I have Black Friday. I'm trying to think. So, the ones that are $3 on there now, they won't be back again. But Black Friday, I'm either going to do buy one, get one free, but Cyber Monday it's going to be a big sale. I'm just going to tell you, it's going to be a big sale. So primers don't usually last to Cyber Monday. So if you love our primers, grab it Black Friday. I don't want to miss any. Okay, my question is, you was going to tap, how do you boost clientele? So, you have to be consistent. You have to consistently post. I don't care if you're getting 3 likes. And I know you hear this all the time. You have to consistently post. You have to post on every social media outlet. And when I'm saying consistent, I mean, there was at one point I was, when things were like really big. Sorry, y'all. I was posting like every hour. It's a job. You have to create content, and you have to realize what content works on what social media platform. So I'm gonna give you an example. I know we can't use say the name of the other app, because I realized if you did not know, like if you post something and they have that, here's another trick. If you post on that other app, I don't even want to say it, because they will, yeah. Thank you. Yes, buy those 5 primers. You're working and trying to be consistent with content. You have to. You have to. It's hard, but you have to. And when I'm saying content, like, if you don't have time to go in there and do someone's face, go in there and give a tip. Make a video just saying, hey, if you hold your brush like this instead of this, it helps to give you a shot. Like, get use a tip. If you go on that clock app, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. The other app. If you post on there and then repost that video on here, and they have that logo from that other Lick Lock, I'm gonna say it like that, the Lick Lock app, and you realize that your engagement has gone down, you do realize that they're in direct competition. I've had to learn that if you keep posting on your social media and those videos have that logo on it, they will stop you will get out of the algorithm. They will even not show your content to people. And when I say you can't even block it out. Make sure that if you're yes, the Click Clock app. And a lot of people do it, and you have no idea that that's what it's doing. When you post there and you take that and post here, and that logo shows up, they're looking at it here like you're promoting their competitor, and your engagement will go down. It's like they're going to slap you on your hand. Okay, we're going to put your engagement down if you're going to keep promoting the competitor, right? And then all of a sudden, they'll put you back up, I realized one of my issues, I have a lot of dead followers, like 700, only 50 of them are engaged. Remove them. Yes, they will do that. You did that before, and so now I know. Yes, remove the dead followers from your page. You have to consistently post. You have to educate. Like, you have to educate. Most people don't know, but that it happens. If you say that name while you're doing a video, your engagement will go down. You'll see how. You can see on my page, I might have one video got 14,000 likes, another one with 3. It's just it might just be because that one that I had that logo on, someone liked, and now I'm getting punished again. So just be careful with that. Be careful with saying the name on here. That's one of the things. But to build clientele, you have to post and you have to educate, because people need to trust you. If I sit in your chair, people that have following me know that I'm going to look at the ingredients. I'm going to figure it out. If someone said, hey, I had one lady say, hey, I want to make a yoni bar, right? And I wanted to have this scent and that scent and this scent. And you got to educate people. Like, okay, so if you want to make a yoni bar for your flower down there, right? You have to realize that certain fragrances, it's what changes your pH. So the same yoni bar you're trying to make, you have to look at what are the ingredients that balances a pH. One of the things is like rosehip oil, right? Rosehip oil will balance your pH. Apple cider vinegar balances your pH. Rose clay balances your pH. People are thinking like, I want to load it up with flowery fragrance. Tea tree oil works good. You can use like a peppermint oil, a eucalyptus oil. But when you want to put all these flowery fragrances there, is defeating the purpose of making sure everything, your flower is pH balanced and stuff like that. So I'm going to educate you. I'm going to tell you about ingredients. Let me tell y'all this. I am actually working on a sunscreen. You have to realize that if you see zinc, right, it'll say ZINC. It'll have like micro zinc, macro zinc. That's the size of the particles. Zinc is a natural sunscreen. It is also what leaves the white cast on your face in most of the sunscreens. So right now I'm working with the dermatologist on how I can use zinc and natural products and do a natural sunscreen that's not clogging your pores. Zinc also helps with hyperpigmentation. So figuring out the right balance of it, making it natural so that, you can, because I think that, yes, I am coming out with the sunscreen. So I am working on the zinc sunscreen, because zinc is a natural product. It's from the earth. It's 100% natural. And it naturally blocks the UV rays on your skin. But it's white. So making sure that I'm coming out with a sunscreen that does not leave the cast, that you can put on and you can put under your makeup and it's not oily. That you can still have a matte look, but you have on a sunscreen underneath that is protecting you from the sun. Because for me, I haven't found that. I've used a bunch of sunscreens and it still feels heavy on my face. It still feel like I have took, some kind of, cream and put it on my face and I feel it. So I am definitely one of those people that I want to find a solution. I want to fix it. So if it's a problem for me, I know it's a problem for other people. So the sunscreen is this, make it a spray. I am working on the spray version. The initial version will probably be more like a balm, because again, like, I don't want it to be chalky. Yes, sunscreen. A huge misconception is that people of color. So let me tell y'all why people of color have issues with hyperpigmentation, right? So we get an acne mark. Now my acne is coming here, and that's because I am getting older. Your girl is 43. So acne here is hormonal. So you'll realize that if you're starting to break out around your chin, it's hormonal for you, right? Like, your hormones are trying to get in whack. Maybe you're coming to around, a certain time of the month or stuff like that. Yes, use sunscreen every day. When you don't use sunscreen and you have acne marks, you have hyperpigmentation, you have the dark marks that you cannot get rid of, and you go into the sun and your skin is unprotected. When that sun, hyperpigmentation means it's the overdevelopment of melanin. So when you have a scar and you have a dark mark from that scar, it's overproduced melanin more than your natural melanin color, right? So when you go into the sun is going to naturally be on your face, and now it's feeding in to those overproduction of melanin marks, making them darker. So you should use sunscreen, because while you're now trying to treat, yes, that's what it is. It's making it darker. So now while you're trying to treat your skin, you're at home doing 15 type of serums, mask, and everything else, but then you leave out the door with no sunscreen. Yes, ma'am. You can help me. Okay, hold on a second. And you leave out the door with no sunscreen. When the sun hits that, the sun is feeding into your melanin. So now those overproduction of melanin and those hyperpigmentation marks, you're trying to figure out why you can't fade it, why it's not going away. You might have the best product in the world. Our hyperpigmentation bar, I swear by it. I am 43, and it gets your girl all the way clear. I also have a niacinamide serum that's available on the website that helps the overproduction of melanin. So when you have any type of scar, your body heals and the tissue grows. But what happens is in the healing process, it produces. There's Shamika. Shamika loves our turmeric bar. It will clear your skin up. And you go into the sun, those marks, it's like this, it's like you're feeding it. You put nothing on to protect your skin from the sun. And while you're at home and you're putting on the serums and you're washing your face, you're using your hyperpigmentation creams, I always suggest use niacinamide cream. Niacinamide is a natural product that uses different acids from fruit that will help to lighten your skin, lighten the overproduction, not lighten your skin, because I don't subscribe to that. It will help to even out where it's overproducing melanin until it stops overproducing and it's the same color as the rest of your melanin. Put it like that. So I also have niacinamide in this bar. But don't do all that and then go outside with no sunscreen, because now you've defeated the purpose. So now you're doing all of this work and skincare, all of this stuff. Another thing with like making sure your skin, change your pillowcase. Yes, it balances. Niacinamide balances your skin tone. It does not lighten your natural melanin. It stops the overproduction of melanin. Turmeric does that. Kojic acid does that. Those are that will help the overproduction of it. So once it's already there, okay, well now we got to get it back to where all of my skin tone is the same. I don't want those little dark marks from the acne or from it. Another thing is that I'm coming out with, it is a under eye cream. So knowing your ingredients, right? Castor oil helps with inflammation. Inflammation is when your tissues become enlarged and the blood can't flow through like it needs to flow through. Caffeine starts your blood to circulating, right? So I've come out with an under eye cream that is made from niacinamide, essential coffee, and castor oil that you can rub underneath your eyes to get rid of the dark marks. Because if you didn't know, the dark marks under your eyes, you ever notice that they're darker when you're congested? Because blood's not flowing. So when you're congested, you can't breathe like you want to. Anyone who didn't know, like eczema is pretty much like asthma of the skin. So when things are not flowing and circulating how they need to flow and circulate, our body butters is perfect for eczema. Just don't get the scented one. One of the things that we put in our body butters that helps with eczema, is black seed oil. Black seed oil is amazing for eczema. Do not buy anything for eczema that has tea tree oil in it. Though it's good for your flower, if you have cracked skin, tea tree oil will get into the cracks, which usually happens when you're scratching your eczema, and will cause more irritation. So that's just, looking up ingredients. Like, look up what's in there, and then you'll see, why it's working for you, why it's not working for you. But I am, I had to rechannel my creativity. And in doing that, I've had to I want to create, I want to make different colors. So now I get to make it for you. So that's a lot of the reason why coming out with wholesale is because I don't want to see people make the same mistakes that I've made. Okay, I'm ready for your next question. Any questions that y'all have? Next year, I will be partnering with a local. I'm actually from New Orleans, but I am located now in Houston. I will be partnering with a local nonprofit, and what they will be doing is helping low-income kids and minority kids who don't think that there's a way for them to get in college, to get into college. Maybe they think their GPA is too low and they can't get into college. They don't know about a FAFSA, stuff like that. So we will be partnering with a nonprofit to help get the low-income and minority kids into college, whether it's helping them fill out their FAFSA and everything. Do I have a black seed oil soap? I'm buying all the inventory. Our black seed oil soap, no, but I have it in the body butter. So that'll be like in applying for stuff for my son. Yes, ma'am. Okay, you can help me in a second. I realized that he had, a friend of his that just didn't know, or parents didn't have the resources to get him in college, and I have been truly blessed. Even in ups and downs, I've been blessed. So I'm very big on paying it forward and giving back. So I will be working with a nonprofit here in Houston to help kids that are low income or minority kids to get into to college. Okay, I have some of your lip gloss that I have already filled bottles and some left in a jar. How can I get the glitter to get back into the gloss the way it was? I have some of your lip gloss I have already filled bottles and some left in the jar. I'm trying to, how do I get the glitter to get back into the bottle the way it was? So it may be how you're storing it. If you're filling it into the jar and, trying to do it like, because you're selling it, you have to watch your temperature. Because if it's somewhere where it's too warm or even like too cold, what happens is it'll get to the point where when it's anything made of like any natural oils or natural products or something like that, if it gets too warm, the oil starts to separate. So when the oil starts to separate, glitter and pigment is heavier than that, and it'll start to settle. So you can always mix it, or what I would recommend is getting our clear lip gloss base, because what you would need to do is like take that jar and the clear one that we have to make it thicker, because it helps to suspend the pigments and the glitter more. I hope that helps answering your questions. But I am going to be filming as a digital download, a step-by-step on how to make a lip gloss. I'm going to, in the video, do about 3 different colors. Definitely a nude, a light nude, a kind of chocolate nude, and another one. Hold on, Elle. Okay, give me 1 second. So I'll be doing that video. Probably I'll have time because my in-laws are coming in town. So I'll have some time where they'll have the kids and I can, do some recording. But yes, y'all run over to the website. I think it does. Send me a picture. Send me a picture. But y'all run to the website. Okay, I'm gonna be looking for it. Run to the website and grab our $3 glitters. We have one that's called Too Faced. It actually shifts, the color shifts from like a purple to like a gold, which looks really, really pretty. We have, my favorite one is actually called Evening Gown. It is like a kind of iridescent one that picks up like shades of like pink and lavender and blue. What's the other one? We have passion fruit, and then we have purple haze. So those are the 3, and they're $3. So you can grab those while they're still on sale, because I was actually supposed to take them off. Really, it's like a two-tone. Yes. How did I start marketing my business when you first started compared to now? Has anything changed? Okay, so how I first started marketing my business was literally, I only relied on makeup artists. I heavily relied on makeup artists. I heavily relied on influencers. I was literally sitting there like sending out so many PR packages, like, okay, who gonna post? And then I found myself like messaging them like, hey, did you get the package? Yeah, can you make some content? Like, if you look back on years ago, all of my content, even still now, because I'm not a makeup artist, my content now is more of the wholesale stuff. But I didn't see. It's more wholesale, but back in the day, what I used to do is send it to creators. So with sending it out to people, that's what I did. But I had to learn how to, like, okay, that's when y'all saw me taking the classes with Shirley Beats, and I took on Prince on the Beat. I took those classes because I cannot leave my content in the control of someone else and when they're going to post. So then I got to the point where I was like, okay, you can't send people products and assume they're going to post. You're either going to have to pay them to post, and but then you kind of don't have any say so. So I started to try to learn myself. What I've done now that changed it for me is that I learned how to do Facebook, Instagram ads. So a lot of you found me because I've learned how to do a funnel. You daddy home? No, you have homework to do. And you didn't finish that stuff?
I did.
Both baskets. I'm coming to see.
Oh, I thought you said...
And your room. Okay. Yeah, see. So, I've learned how to do Facebook ads. And what I mean by, let me give y'all, thank you. Have you ever, let me give y'all an example. Have you ever done something like, I need a jacket, right? So let me Google winter coat. Let me Google this type of shoe. And now every time you open your email, every time you're on social media, every time you pick up the phone, you're getting ads from every jacket company, every shoe company, every whatever company. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Like, it's almost like, did they hear me?
Mom,
like, yes, ma'am.
Can I help you?
Okay. So it's when you put in something and then now all of a sudden, can you get up? You can grab her. So now all of a sudden it's coming, every kind of similar company is popping up. It's because you're in their funnel. So let me give you an example. When you know how to set up your funnel, right? I can actually go on to Facebook and say, I would like for my ad to show up for anyone that has looked up eyeshadows, anyone that has looked up pigments. My target customer is between the age of 18 and 44. They live in this area. They like lip gloss. They have that. So I learned how to find my target customers through Instagram ads. And I'm saying that that's not when you go on Instagram and click boost posts. That's different. Facebook ads is done actually on Facebook. You cannot do it on your phone. You have to do it on a desktop. And it's a process. You really can't get much from it until you have to be prepared to do Facebook ads. You have to be prepared to spend some money on ads before you get an ROA, which is the return on investment. You have to be prepared to spend money. Let me tell you why. It's something called a pixel. And I really had a lot of people asking me about doing a class on this one. It's a pixel. It's a code that Facebook gives you that you embed on your website. What that does, it tells Facebook what everyone's doing on your website. It says, hey, most of the people are clicking white gold. Most of the people are doing this. Most of the people are staying on your website for 10 seconds. Most of the people are doing. So then it tells us, okay, you got a lot of people that are coming on your website and they're adding it to cart, but they're not checking out. Or you got a lot of people that have not only added to cart, they put in their credit card information, but they didn't buy. So that pixel literally tracks every move people make on your website. Where are they from? What are they clicking? Stuff like that. Okay, so what happens is when you click on a website, you're in what's called a funnel. So this is how you can advertise without posting all day, but it costs. So I would say always start each ad with $5 a day. When someone clicks on your website, they're in your funnel for 365 days. So how it works, I'm going to give you like a little brief thing because it's very technical. How it works is when they click on a website, it now shows that you have clicked on, you're a website visitor, right? You have visited my website. I don't care if this was 10 seconds or 3 seconds. You have visited my website. Then it says, I viewed content. I have looked at a product. So you might not have bought it. All you did was look. Well, now I'm running an ad to you that say, hey, I just saw that you looked at my white gold pigment. Here's a look that this makeup artist did with it. Maybe you should add it to your cart, right? So then what's going to happen is they might click back and they're going to add it to the cart. But they still didn't buy. Now they're getting a whole nother ad coming to them saying like, hey, I realize you added white gold to the cart. Let me give you a discount code. Here's 10% off so that, to encourage you to complete your purchase. They still might not buy. They might put in their credit card information, and that's called I've initiated a checkout. Now you're going to get a whole nother ad coming from me that I've set up. Now this takes time to set these ads up. Hey, we saw that you've entered in your credit card information. So now you went from 10%. Let me give you 20% off because now you're interested, right? I got you right there. You're interested. Let me encourage you a little bit more to complete this order. That's when you start getting the coupon codes. That's when you get heavier with the coupon codes. That's when you start to say, hey, here's 10%, here's 20%, it's 30%. Hey, if you buy this, you get this. So now they bought it, right? So if you're a makeup artist, which for me is a lot of my customer base, after about a month, you're almost through with your product. So in 30 days, you're going to get another ad. Hey, I'm pretty sure you're about out of that white gold. Let me, here's the discount code for you to come back and get some more. That is what has changed with my marketing, is that I took the time to invest in it was a 6-month class. I've taken classes with Facebook, what now is Meta. And I've learned how to set those funnels up. I've learned how to market. I've learned how to copy. Copy is the words at the bottom of the ad. What's going to catch people's attention. And in the beginning, you're going to have to put out quite a few of them. Because you're, okay, people like when I put this in the caption. This ad is doing better. So when I tell people, hey, come do this, now that ad is doing better, right? When I'm telling people, hey, this, and that, no one's clicking that ad. When I use this particular look done with white gold, more people are looking, opposed to this look. If I use someone teaching it, then opposed to a finished look. So you have to let it be able to run and collect some data for you. You have to be able to look at it and let it collect some data. So you have to be able to commit to at least 60 days of running $5 a day ads. And you might want to, let's just say $15 a day, right? You have to commit to spending $15 a day on ads while it's collecting data. But then when it's collect data, then you can create an audience. So what I'm saying is like, hey, this is the type of people that bought from me. Can you find me an audience of people that shop like them? Okay, so it's called a lookalike audience. So if I buy white gold, yes, then what else do I shop for? What else am I Googling? What groups am I in on Facebook? So the odds are that the boosting is good to do from them. Don't boost. You have to go into something called Facebook Ads Manager and set this up. Boosting is not going to work. It's going to, get you some clicks and likes, because I don't think y'all realize every time you boost and someone clicks it, they're charging you. So just be careful there. So when you go on there and say, hey, this is the list of people who have added to cart in the last 60 days, right? Because now you've tested. It's a list of people that bought. The people that bought from me, what do they have in common? Oh, okay, this is what they have in common. They might be, black women, the age of 18 to 44. They live in this area. They like this type of TV show. They watch this, they watch that, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now you got some data. These people, they have this in common. Can you go find me? You're talking to Facebook. A whole nother audience that never heard of me, but they look like they have things in common with the people that have bought from me. And they create a lookalike audience. This audience has never heard of you, but they have a lot in common with the people that have shopped from you. So now they're getting your ads. And because they have a lot in common, they might, it's more than like, let's call a warm audience. That means, a cold audience is like, hey, you ain't never heard of me. I don't know what you have in common, but I'm going to run this ad to you. So that has been the big difference from then and now, is that I've had to learn more technical marketing instead of people and hope that they post. I've also had to take the time to hone in on my own craft and learn to do some things myself. As you can see, if y'all have been on here, my brows have come a long way. They still got a long way to go. Still can't do a wing liner, but I could and I need to, just sit on here and showing people how different ways to use the products, which will be a lot of what I'll be doing here and on YouTube. So y'all please follow, subscribe to my YouTube. Whenever I hit my 3,000 viewed hours, when I tell you I'm gonna be so happy, I will drop a sale so big, it's gonna make Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So hey, y'all just go watch. If y'all at home, go to J. LaRue Cosmetic YouTube channel and just let the videos play. I just need some watched hours. I would appreciate that. But any other questions? If you're starting in a lip gloss business, I'm gonna say this: get a clear. Get at least 3 different kinds of nudes. I would not. I have a ruby red one, but it's a very deep metallic one. I would not go red for a gloss, but I will go wine. You'd probably do better doing it's fall, doing a deep chocolate gloss. But those nudes are going to always sell. Clear is going to always sell. Let me show our kids glosses. Let me show y'all the top selling container for the kids. Hold on 1 second. Let me scoot over here. So we do the glosses for the kids and the pencil. This is an actual lip gloss. It does not go on your child's lips green. In the model, the first lip gloss line. Yes. The pencil glosses are our best-selling tubes for the kids. It's just colorful. It's super cute. And we will add their logo to it. You have those? Yes. So, like, the pencil is going to be our top sell, and probably the umbrellas. I can't reach those right now. But definitely our kids packages is doing really. Yeah, the pencil design is super cute. It's super cute. It actually allows you to, like, okay, for if my 3-year-old wants to come out with one, and if I have like a high schooler, they still will pull out the pencil gloss. It kind of still, high school is kind of like, okay, you know, at that line where it's still a conversation piece for the gloss. But definitely look at your colors, look at your packaging. If you are ordering wholesale from me and you're ordering in our 2-ounce tubes, I don't have any filled. I want you to be very careful if you're going on Amazon to get empty lip gloss tubes. Let me show y'all something. This is a 7 milliliter lip gloss tube. It's a clear lip gloss tube, right? If you were to get a squeeze tube, let's just say you go on Amazon right now and you look up empty lip gloss tube. You know what's going to be the cheapest? Squeeze tubes. You get probably like 200 of them for like $15. Let me tell y'all the problem with that. Squeeze tubes, it's only so much. I love a squeeze tube. It's my preference, but a lot of people don't. They like the wine. It's only so much you can sell a squeeze tube for. You put anything over $9-10 for a squeeze tube, you might be pushing it, right? I think people just look at the squeeze tube like, okay, doesn't even have a wine. What people don't realize is that the squeeze tube is anywhere from 15 to 20 milliliters. You're going to get double, sometimes triple the product in a squeeze tube. So if you're looking to start your lip gloss line and you see, ooh, these cost too much, and I'm going to get a squeeze tube, realize that you're now going to put 3 times the product in that squeeze tube, even though you might have paid 10 cents for the tube. You're now filling the equivalent of 3 different lip glosses. So when you're looking for tubes, keep that in mind also. The wine tubes are going to sell for more, and they don't hold as much, but people like the wine tubes. The squeeze tubes are going to cost you a lot less, but you're going to realize that you're using a lot more product. I don't like the syringe. I always recommend getting a condiment bottle, pour it in there, use that to squeeze it directly into your tubes. And you can always cap the condiment bottle up and, keep it sanitary. You have the wine glass tubes are super cute. They're really cute. But if you look at it now and look at the price of like the empty tubes on Amazon, and if you were to go on like AliExpress now, it's really the same price, and you get it in 2 days on Amazon, sometimes next day, opposed to 2 months sometimes. So yes, the gloss, you have the option. We can send it to you fully prepared with your logo on it, ready to go. Or you may have your own tubes and you want to fill your own tubes and you just want to buy it in bulk from us. So there are definitely 2 different options with the wholesale, with doing wholesale. You can get it in bulk or in a jar and fill your own tubes, or you can and let me show you what that looks like, right? So here is our clear lip gloss, right? It comes to you just like this. That syringe will have you losing a lot of your money because it's going to make a mess. And if you want to fill your own tubes, we made it easy for you. It comes just, all you have to do is unscrew this. You get an empty lip gloss tube, right? I'm going to show you what I'm doing right here. I'm going to take this and pour it in here and fill my lip gloss tube. That's how that works. We offer it turnkey for you. We send it to you, lip gloss filled. Your logo is on it. All you got to do is put it on your website or however you want to sell it. So you definitely have options with us. Yes, those syringes are a mess. You will find that you're wasting enough product to fill a couple of lip gloss tubes. I've learned that a long time ago. Go to Walmart. Go in your container section, wherever they have the Tupperware, and get you the little 99-cent syringe bottles. When you're, if you're going to use it for the same color, then you can use the same syringe. If not, throw them away, get you, it's very cost effective. It's easier to store. It's easier to fill your tubes, because other than that, you're going to have to buy that long pipette, cut it off, and do all that stuff. Yeah, I'm trying to, that's the easiest, cost effective way for you. So any questions? I'm going to work and get some of these orders out. I will, y'all go grab those $3 glitters. I'm going to actually work, get some of these orders out before. Definitely message me, ask questions. I'm going to definitely be more informative and detailed on YouTube. I'm going to try to see if I think I can save this video and even upload it to YouTube too. So, I'm going to go work up until the post office comes. Was there any other accounts that you followed that gave marketing tips? Any accounts that I followed? I can't think of any accounts that I followed that gave marketing tips. I would say this: whether you're ready to run ads or not, whether you're ready to spend the $5 a day or not, if you have a website, you need to. It's a very, they'll walk you through the process on Facebook. You need to have the pixel embedded on your website. Just collecting data of what people are doing. You don't have to pay for that. Just go install your pixel on your website so that people can start saying what's going on, because sometimes you'll realize there's something wrong with your website. If all these people are going to cart, they're okay with the price. If they're adding it to cart and they see shipping, maybe be like, oh, okay, maybe my shipping is too high. Or if they're okay with the shipping, they're adding in their credit card information and they're stopping. Maybe it's your website. Maybe it's not user friendly. Maybe it's redirecting them somewhere. Maybe it's this. So the testing part of it definitely tells you what's working and what's not working on your website. If you realize people are adding to cart but not checking out, it could be that it's your shipping charge. It could be that it's not an easy flow. It's a lot of things that can take place that would cause you to check out some things and adjust your website. So I'm glad y'all, I was going to come on here. I was like, they're going to be fussing like, okay, I don't know. But it's a lot of things that I wish someone would have told me. A lot of things you're very welcome. I wish I did different, but it's lessons. I've had to restructure I've had to like reorganize, still reorganizing, restructuring, still figuring it out. But, thank y'all for, being supportive. I do realize that people want to know what's going on. No one wants to blindly, support a company or spend their money. So I want to give back, even if it's just information on ingredients, on things you should look for, stuff like that. But yes, definitely. I am going to be consistent and, staying in communication with everyone and coming on live. We could put together a door campaign together. Okay, let me know, because your photography, a dope campaign. Creative Cot, his photography is super, super dope. Where are you located? Or, DM me. Let's see how we can do some kind of, campaign together. What I need to send to you, what we need to do. I'm definitely interested. Let's do a really, really good dope campaign. So, yes, I saw your photography. I looked on your page. I was like, okay, I saw you do photography work. I didn't. So let's any questions? I don't want to miss anyone's questions. You're in LA? Okay, well, maybe I don't know, we got to figure it out. I can send you some products. We can do some, like, a really cool campaign together. Because I'm here in Houston. But if you didn't get anything else from this live, I'm going to say, stick with what works until it doesn't. Don't grow too fast. Pivot if you need to. If things are not working, change how it's going and be okay to change it. Take some time to reassess your business. Realize right now that the economy is hard for everybody. You're not doing anything wrong. It's not that you have a bad product. It's just like, you have to realize that people are trying to figure out how to feed their families and how to get necessities. And, I see some makeup artists that used to be booked out for months. Like they were waiting. I've seen some, hey, my books are open, and they're booked, saying, hey, I have same day appointments. It's hard, and you cannot take it personal. And don't look at what other people are putting on social media about them being booked. I'm not saying no one's booked. I'm not saying it. What I am saying is that in the, what I have realized in working with a lot of people and kind of seeing people outside of social media, that it's a lot of things, it's a lot of ways that people portray their lives on social media and it's not real. And then you have other people that are comparing themselves to what's a facade, that people are putting on social media. So I always say this, if you're following anyone and they make you feel like you're not doing enough, or when you watch them, they're not encouraging, and they're in your same field, just mute them. just mute them. People put on social media what they want to put out there. It's very easy to put up your wins. It's hard to say, hey, I failed and I'm trying to figure it out and I'm trying to bounce back. So just don't compare yourself to what someone else is going on as far as like their work, their sales, their bookings, their this and that. Because, hey, a lot of them, hey, that is accurate. A lot of them, have steady clients, and a lot of them have this. But don't be fooled that people will say I'm booked because there's always going to be the law of supply and demand. If you think something will run out, you're going to run and get it, right? So if someone's telling you, hey, I'm out, I'm sold out, I'm this and that, you're going to have that feeling of like, damn, I missed out. It's a marketing strategy. But don't be fooled by the lifestyle that people put on social media. Don't measure yourself to what people have. And I've struggled with that. I'm better now. You know, I've looked at other businesses and I'm just like, why can't I do that? Why can't I do it? Maybe it's because I'm not a makeup artist. It's because I'm not this. It's because I'm not that. And it's just like, you know, I can't do it. I have to stay in my own zone. I've made the mistake of coming out with products that was not true to what I don't know if y'all remember. I actually came out with a palette one time, and I am so big on, you know, my pigments being rich and pure and, you know, not, you know, this and that. And I'm just like, but the people, I'm looking on social media at all the other brands and they all have a palette. So I need a palette. Like I let myself get sucked in by thinking that for me to get to another level, I had to do what someone else was doing. And in ordering that palette, like I'm actually going to do one for kids, but of course it's going to be all natural. It didn't do anything. It did not move. It did not sell. It did not, you know, I had, of course, my people that are been following me forever that's going to buy it, but that was not my niche. People know one thing. If you come to J. Liberal, you're going to get some super sparkly pigments. Nothing coming out of here is going to have a lack of pigmentation. It's going to look like paint. It's going to be rich in color. It's going to not have any fillers, no talc, no this. So if that's what I'm doing, let me stay in my zone. I've had to put blinders on, so I'm not looking at what any of these people are doing. If it's not working for me right now, it's not because I'm not doing what they're doing. It's because it's not my time. And I've had to readjust and learn to look and congratulate other people's win because it's their time. It is their time for it to work. It's their time for it to be good. And I have to, like, you know, clap for them and be happy for their time because I'm still I'm still waiting on my time. And what's for them is for them, and what's for me is for me. So because someone else is selling out and, you know, doing so well, that's their time. If they don't sell nothing, right? That don't mean I'm gonna sell more. So, looking at what other people have going on and be like, okay, well, you know, you can, good for them. Like clap for them in their time, in their season, because your season's coming. And just because their season is now doesn't mean your season's not coming. It's not here yet. So you're very welcome. I love your work, Makeup Toys. Like, I think, it's so colorful and unique and bold. Is very pretty. And Makeup Toys does a very good job of showing, you know, different makeup looks on brown girls. So definitely, you know, hey, make sure that you realize that if someone else is here, it's not that you're doing something wrong. It's just that it's not your time yet. Let them enjoy their time and be thankful for their time and take that moment and reassess and, you know, thank God in advance for your time. Act like your time's already here. Think like your time's already here. And it will be here. And I was like, okay, thank guys. I know, hey, this is going to happen for me. Like, be thankful in advance for those times because they're coming. And that's a mental thing. You have to get out of your head with the comparison, because if you sit there and compare yourself, you'll always get to a point where you feel like you're not doing enough. You'll feel like, hey, why is this working out for them and not me? And, you know, in the times we're having right now, nobody's doing numbers that they were doing in 2020. Don't let anybody tell you that. They're not. The economy is hard and people are feeling it, and people don't have as much disposable income. People are trying to figure out like, hey, I got to buy clothes and food and feed my family. I'm not going to go and get my makeup done. You know what I mean? And it's okay. It's okay. Just know that it won't always be like this. No. I'm not. I'm working. Know that it won't always be like this. Know that it will change. It'll turn back around. It'll be a situation where it will be your turn. It'll be your season. It'll be, you know, what's for you. So do your mind to make your mind think different. Like, okay, if it's their turn now, I'm just moving closer on up to the list for it to be my turn. So every time you see somebody else, be like, okay, my turn coming. And just wait your turn, because it'll happen. Because when I tell you that I went from no sales to viral in a weekend, like literally no sales, no views, no nothing. I was having 3-4 sales a month. Yes. And follow my YouTube channel to Makeup Toys. I'm gonna be posting more information. To 300-400 sales in a day overnight. And I just waited my turn. I just stayed consistent. I did not have a lot of followers. I was not a makeup artist. So when I tell you, if you look at my journey, it made no sense for it to work. It wasn't that I was an amazing makeup artist and I was putting out this amazing content. That would make sense, right? You're a makeup artist. You come out with a makeup line. You put out amazing products. You can do it on all your clients. It was just that the white gold, what made it go viral was that I was sending out white gold to people, and it looked like glitter, but it wasn't. And it gave that super airy, almost twilight diamonds dancing on the eyes look. And that was not something, it stopped you from scrolling, right? And it was different. So you knew it wasn't glitter, but it literally looked like diamonds sparkling on the eyelids. And it just so happened that the looks that were done, people were using the same. They weren't wetting the brush. They were just putting on it so you get that airy diamond sparkle look. And because that was not a look that you saw up and down your timeline, like, oh my God, what's that? What's that sparkle? What's this? I need that. Blah, blah, blah. Another thing, whether people are, and I'm not trying to sound cocky, because I'm literally the most humble person. White gold changed, and I'll have a lot of makeup artists have said this to me. White gold pigment changed the game for a lot of makeup artists. It took people from no clients to booked, because now people wanted that sparkly look. Another thing, hear me out. Say you were up and coming makeup artist and you really didn't have your blend down pat. You were not one of them girls that was like, all your clients left out your chair and they would just blend it seamlessly. You can put white gold over the not so perfect blend and slay the look, because now you can't tell that it's not blended. All you see is that airy, sparkly, dancing diamond on the eyes look. And that brought more people in their chair. And more people in their chair cause them to get better at their craft. More people coming in wanting that look made them more confident in what they were doing. And it's changed the game for a lot of makeup artists. I've had hundreds, and I'm not even exaggerating, makeup artists say, when I started using white gold, I got more clients because people wanted that look. She said, I've had brides come in and ask for it. So, because they wanted that diamond sparkly look for their day. So, it did not make sense for it to work, because the truth of the matter is I had to ask them, how'd you apply? What did you use? Did you wet your brush? Did you do this? I'm asking the makeup artists that are doing these viral posts. So it wasn't like I'm telling people how to use it. It figured it out. So it does not have to look how you want it to look. It may not work how you think it's going to work out. But when I tell you that if I was not a makeup artist, I went viral on a product that I had to ask them how they did it, used it on the product. I wasn't even making my own content, and went from 0 sales to hundreds in sales in a day. It just goes to show you when is your time is going to work. And it does not have to make sense, but it was my time. And, you know, a lot of things that happened when, you know, it just started getting bigger, and it started snowballing and started doing things like this. And I had to jump into a world and learn it as I went, which is not a bad thing, but it's also a thing where I'm looking back on it now, like I wish I had did things different, which is what I'm relaying to you. But it just, when it's your time, it's your time. So be consistent when you're posting. Keep up with what's trending. When I went from viral, that's when I said I was in my garage day in, day out. What helped is that it was only one product that was going viral. So let's just say I had 5 colors. White gold was the viral product. So I knew that if I sit in here for 12 hours and fill 1,000 white golds every day, that I can get 99% of these orders out. So that's how I was able to fulfill it. And I didn't have a professional website. I was still on Etsy at the time. I ended up having to move from Etsy because the fees became too much, and, you know, I didn't need the Etsy ads. I was gaining my own traction and moved it to Shopify. So if there's ever a face that could be started from the bottom, that would be me. But I had to figure that out. I wasn't ordering things pre-done. I did not go, and I'm not knocking in no way, shape, or form anybody who gets on there and find a supplier. I was not doing that. I was making it myself. Maybe I worked harder and not smarter. Maybe I could have ordered, it from overseas. I'm not sure. But I was able to control my inventory. I was able to control what was being put out, because I knew what was moving. So I knew what I needed to make. I wasn't just sitting on stuff hoping that people bought it. So that's my little spill. I'm going to save it. Anybody missed any of the, things from the beginning, I'll also upload it to here and put it on. Yeah, I saved a lot of capital. Doing everything myself. And I also was able to properly train anyone I brought in, because I literally did everything from scratch myself. So bringing someone in didn't have a learning curve in teaching them how to do it. I also knew what the capacity was. So you can't tell me you can only fill 300 of these tubes when I've done it myself and filled 1,000. So it's like no, you can't. That one don't work for me. I've done it. So the best way to apply the pigment, if you have, okay, so can you send me a DM? It may have just said we have done some transition. So if you've ordered something and you possibly did not get it, it could have been while we had, someone here that's no longer here and it was not properly documented, but I definitely will make sure you get your order. So send me a message, because I've told me we've had some staff issues. So if it's something that you did not get, it was probably oversight, and we are fixing it now. But to answer your question, the best way to put on the pigment is to not wet your brush. I know a lot of people want to wet your brush. If you wet the brush, what you're going to get is a foiled look, right? It's going to look like a foiled, shiny metallic look. If you want that sparkly, airy, fairy, dancing diamond look, you don't have to use any glue. You don't have to use anything. You literally could take your finger or a dry brush and just tap it on top of your already done eyeshadow. It's going to stick. It's not a glitter. Yeah, she said she had a delay and I made sure hers got out right away. Right. We just, we've had some staff issues that we fixed. But hey, I'm not saying fixing it that there were some people that, didn't get fixed. So I will take care of it. Do I have a white gold? Let me see. Let me show you what I mean. So I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna go log off so I can make sure I'm getting everybody taken care of. So let me use this. And I have this huge brush, but that's all I have. So, okay. So let me show you what I mean. Okay, so this is a big one that this is white gold. She's going everywhere. I don't have on no eyeshadow. I don't have on no primer. I don't have on anything, right? I'm going to show you how this is the only brush I have and it's huge. So I'm going to just show you. I'm going to show you how, if I take it, y'all see it on my hand? If I was to just take it and go all over my eyelid, right? I have no glue, no nothing. Do y'all see that kind of sparkly, airy kind of, and I have nothing on. Let me show you on the back of my hand. So if I take this, nothing's on my hand. Yeah, no ma'am, look. I'm telling you, get you this turmeric bar. And I'm doing this, right? Y'all, my nail's not done. Don't judge me. I've been working. This is that sparkly, airy. I don't have any glitter on my hand. I don't have any kind of primer. I don't have... we haven't sold it this size. We did for a while, but it hasn't. I'm just showing y'all. I literally just tapped it on my hand. Y'all see that? I didn't prime it. I didn't use a glitter glue. I just tapped it on my hand. But let me show you the difference. Here is a glitter glue, right? If I put this here, let me show y'all the difference in how it applies dry and how it applies wet. All right, do y'all see that? Do you see how it's kind of like foiled and thick? Your most recent post is your product. This is the difference of, yes, you can take your finger and tap it on top of your client's eyes. Because a little goes a long way. I went like this with my finger here, right? And it covered all this area. I had to reapply a bunch of times to get this one. But this is the difference in the looks. This is the look that went viral. That airy, sparkly, it looks white, but it applies the sparkly gold. This is how it looks when you wet your brush. You apply it to a wet glue. You're going to get this foiled look, right? This is the difference. So it depends on what look you're going for. If you want it to be more like a foiled kind of paint look, then you would apply. Is it coming back on? Okay. Or with a wet brush. If you want this look, you can take your finger, a fluffy brush. A fluffy brush is going to give you the area look. A tighter, compact brush is going to have you pack it on more. So it just depends on the look you're going for. But this is the difference between just tapping it on. You don't need any base. You don't need any glue. You don't need any of that, opposed to if you try to wet your brush. You're going to get like that metallic kind of thick paint look, opposed to this look that, you know. So no way is right or wrong. It just depends on what you want your end game to be. So any other questions? I'm going to work on these orders. I'm going to be in here in my little space. I will get back on live with y'all, but I got to like listen to my Anita Baker and stuff while I'm working, and Instagram going to turn me off. But I am going to upload this video to YouTube and save it on here. So thank you for joining. Send me the pic. I can't find her. Send me your order number. I will take care of it immediately. Thank you. Y'all go grab that $3 sale. Because when I finish working and taking care of my kids, I'll probably take it down. I'll probably put up another one, but those colors will not be on there again. So go grab that $3 sale. You don't need a code. It's available on the website. And thank y'all. I will be back on here tomorrow. YouTube is the same name. Yes, it is J. LaRue Cosmetics. And I'm going to figure out a way to put the YouTube link on my website, because I just, I don't like the link tree thing. Just a preference. Okay, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Go grab that $3 sales. It's already in. And I'll be back. I got on my U of H. I am repping why I work so hard. I am putting this child through college, but he's an amazing kid. He's going to school for engineering with a concentration in AI at University of Houston. He now has nothing but A's and B's going into his sophomore year. So for that, I will, work 24 hours a day, nonstop, do whatever I need to do, to keep him on the right track. He is, I love, all my kids. I feel like they're so great. But, to say he's a 19-year-old young black male, and he, a lot of his friends couldn't even get into U of H because when they took off the, you didn't need SAT, ACT, they increased the GPA. He graduated high school, top of his class, varsity basketball, everything. So you don't see too many young black men going into the tech or the coding world and stuff like that. And he's doing it, and he's doing his thing. So if there's ever a question of my why, I work hard and I bust my behind and I do everything that I can do so that he, can just go to college and be a kid, because I worked a full-time job in college. It was hard. I would like to, I just want him to go to school and focus. So if ever, just letting you know, your support of J. LaRue is a family-owned business, and every time you order, every time you support, you are helping a family put a very intelligent, well-rounded, young black male through college in a field that, you don't see many of us in. So thank you. It's appreciated, and I never take that for granted. So I just appreciate all the support, appreciate everything that y'all have done. Thank y'all for sitting on here with me that long. I'm going to save this video and I'm going to go get to work and make sure that I'm on top of everything and getting everything out. Y'all have any more questions, please save it till tomorrow, because I'm going to be back. But I love y'all. Thank y'all. Good night.